Not only that I chose to go back to work, it was never a question of whether or not I was going back to work. I knew I was going back to work. I recently posted a video on my channel on how heartbreaking it was finishing maternity leave and going back to work. And I had this kind lady commenting on my video and asking me, can't you really work it out and stay home? Well, it's really complicated, and I know that circumstances are different for everyone. And did I ever consider being a stay-home mom? Not really. Not really, I didn't, because of so many reasons. First of all, we have a very big mortgage. I know that I'm in my 40s. Everything happened very late in life for me, and like everything. So we've just bought a house a few years back. We have a massive mortgage. And if you think about it, my husband's salary only covers the minimum mortgage that we have to pay. There is no way we can cover the rest of the bills, the gas and electricity and everything else, council tax, and there are so many bills, and cars, and yeah, it's just impossible. And if you have your own home, I think it's much easier. But when you have a mortgage, it complicates things a bit, especially because both my husband and I, we didn't have much growing up. And if it comes between my children being stressed because they don't have what they need, I'm not saying about what they want, not about what they need, and risking them having some sort of behavior problems from the lack of being close to their mom for the first 3 years of their lives, I'm choosing to take, oh, this is very hard, I'm choosing to take the risk and make sure that we can provide for the children later on in life, so that we make sure they have everything they need and we can afford to take them to classes and private lessons and whatever they need, because I know what it's like not to afford these things, and I know that it took a toll on me and it created a lot of frustration and aggression growing up. So I don't want my children to go through this, and my husband went through something similar as well in different countries, so different situations. So I chose to be able to afford later on in life more things for them, so that they are more comfortable in this respect. So I'm not saying that money buys happiness, because it kind of feels like I'm doing a trade-off between money and emotional stability. But I'm hoping this is not the case, because I'm still gonna be here for the children. I'm not spending as much time with them, but I want to spend meaningful time with them. I know it's not gonna be the same quantity of time that I'm spending with them, but oh my God, it's very difficult. But these are the choices that we've made. We want to pay off our mortgage as soon as possible, so that we can get this off our chest, this weight of our chest, because who likes being in debt? Of course, this is not ideal. Ideally, what I would have liked to do is be able to work maybe part-time and take them to nursery part-time as well, so that they don't spend as much time in there. That would be ideal, but I can't make it work in the field that I'm in at the moment. I can't do that. Also, I feel like that women, they can't get it right. So whether you choose to stay at home and make it work, or you choose to go to work and make that work, you can't get it right. You're gonna be judged either way. Some people are gonna say, good for you for staying at home with the children, and some other people will say, okay, you're lazy, you're not going back to work. Or in my case, some people will say, good for you for going back to work full time and making everything work. You're a superwoman, super mom. Other people might say, you left your children. How could you do that? It's very difficult to get it right, and it all comes down to personal circumstances and personal choices, and we have to live with the consequences of our choices later on, and hopefully it's gonna work out. So I know the implication of both circumstances. Not only that I chose to go back to work, it was never a question of whether or not I was going back to work. I knew I was going back to work, mainly because of the mortgage and being able to afford things for the children later on in life. To be honest, I didn't realize before hearing these videos from America Commissar that according to studies, children tend to are prone to getting some behavioral problems if their mother is not there for them most of the time in the first 3 years of their lives. So far so good. My toddler seems fine. He's an amazing little boy. He's almost 3. Let's hope it's gonna be the same with my baby as well. Thank you for listening. Wish me luck. Wish me luck.